Hey, good evening to you, and welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Orediggers basketball here on Digger Vision as we get ready for the men's game. The Montana Tech women getting the first game of our night, and we'll see what happens here on the men's side. The first time these two teams met, was January 9th. And that one was here in Butte, Montana. The Digs got the win 82-56. Montana Tech was paced by Michael Ure with 20 points. Nearly a double-double for Big Mike. He had 20 points, 9 rebounds in that contest. Montana Tech comes in 6-2 overall, 4-1 in Frontier Conference play. On the other side for MSU-Northern, 6-12 overall, and they are 0-5 in Frontier Conference play. But this is going to sound broken record-ish, and for that I am somewhat sorry, but mostly I'm not. I think you know as well as I do that the one thing you can always count on with Coach Hughes is they're gonna D up. These guys are gonna play significant defense. They're gonna get after it, and the offensive side certainly has kind of it's certainly what hurt Northern thus far. Their defense is outstanding. Let's take a look here at the numbers here as we compare the matchup here between Montana Tech and MSU-Northern. That's fantastic. Okay, then, let's see here. As you take a look here at the numbers, Montana Tech averaging just about 82 points a game. Northern putting up 66.8, so averaging about 67 points a game. Northern shooting 45%, Montana Tech at 48%. Then the big difference here, and the big difference for most teams as opposed to Montana Tech, is this defensive side. Northern allowing 73 points a game. Montana Tech only allowing 61 points a game. That's good for third in the country, and the 38% that they're allowing teams to shoot is actually best in the United States. Northern is allowing opponents to shoot 45.6% from the floor. So the defensive side for Montana Tech really getting things done, only allowing 61 points a game. Last weekend, they only give up 52 points a game on average, and just defensively doing incredibly good things. Taking a look at the Northern starters as they come out on the floor here. Maxwell is on the floor. He's averaging about 10 points a game at guard for Northern. Wearing number 5 is Jack Reardon. Reardon is a guard as well, averaging 9 points a contest. Xavier Bailey is next. Bailey averaging 4 points a game for the Lights at forward. Leon Sayers, the 4th, is on the floor as well. He is averaging, let me look here, about 8 points a game for the Lights. And J.J. Thomas will be on the floor. Thomas averaging about 5 a game for MSU-Northern. On the other side for Montana Tech's men, well, and it looks like it doesn't want to work either. So the starting 5 for Montana Tech, real quickly, Keely Bay, Caden Deacons, Michael Ure, Ifanye Okeke, and Braden Cook. As you look, Braden Cook, these guys here, as they come out, we'll talk about them as they roll out on the floor. And Braden Cook is the first one out. Cook averaging 12 points a game. He's shooting 48% from the floor, a little over 40% from the three-point line. Ifanye Okeke, a tremendous player on both sides of the floor. Okeke defensively, his wingspan is just incredible. He has such long arms. He's so quick. Okeke averaging about 10 points a game, 6 rebounds a game as well for the Digs. Birdie is next. Hayden Deacons. He's averaging 12 points a game, and I think, without question, the best defensive player in this conference. I mean, Deacons is just an absolute force defensively. Keely Bake is next. Keely, he'll run the point. He's averaging 10 a game, and down on the block is Big Mike, averaging 14 points and 7 rebounds a game, is by Big Michael Ure for the Orediggers. Okay? So again, thanks for joining us here as Montana Tech getting ready to take on the Lights of MSU-Northern. We will get this thing rolling. And thanks for joining us here as we await the Lights. Hold on. As we still await our Lights here. We're just going to play with the spotlights tonight. Why not? I think this could be interesting. So Ifanye Okeke will jump it off on the Montana Tech side. He'll jump against J.J. Thomas. There we go. Hey, we got Lights back. So OKK will jump it up with Thomas. Ball is in the air, tipped, and Northern will control. I don't think we have all our lights, but we have most. Northern, Sayers, backs it out left side. There we go to Bailey. Bailey, nice take to the rack with the right hand as Maxwell takes it up and in. Northern going to come with pressure. Northern leading 2-0. Montana Tech with the basketball across the timeline. Keeley Bake. Bake through center circle. Looking right, passes that way to Braden Cook. Cook to Decons. Decons feeds it inside to OKK. In the corner it goes to Cook. Cook fires and gets it. Braden Cook pulls the trigger and knocks it down on his first attempt. Montana Tech leading 3-2. Lights, 3 wide, high-low post. Out deep, Bailey. He'll get it off to Thomas. Thomas moves it here on the near side to Maxwell. Lights continue to run motion across the baseline. Trying to get something moving here. Shot clock down to 3. And Deacon's going to be called with a foul as he leaned into Sayers. So Deacons picks up the first. And they'll lob it all the way out to Thomas. Lights with the basketball, looking for their first win here in the Frontier Conference regular season. Nice pick and roll on the inside. It goes to Thomas, and he's going to be called with a walk. So Thomas called with a travel, and that will go back to Montana Tech. Diggs leading 3-2. Northern going to come with 2-2-1 full court pressure. Keeley Bake across midcourt. Keeley into the offensive zone, looking to set it up. Cook drifts to his right. Decons comes here to the left side and gets it. They'll move it to Cook. Back to Bake. Keeley Bake. Bounce pass to the wing. Michael Ure looked at the 3. He'll feed it down on the baseline to Hayden Decons. As I mentioned, remember Michael Ure had 20 the last time these two teams played, but beyond that, he had 35 against MSU last year. Quickly down the floor on the right side is Bailey. Bailey shot blocked. Shot blocked and now taken away. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul here. As getting the personal, it looks as though the personal is going to go against Reardon. So Reardon will pick up his first as he tried to swipe it away from Cook. And Montana Tech basketball. As one would expect, high pressure here to get things started. Keeley Bake across midcourt. Bake looking to go right. Checks it off, comes up top to Cook. Back to Bake. Keeley. Feeds it to Cook. Cook's going to fire. Cook is 2 for 2 for downtown. Montana Tech, a little man pressure deep. Montana Tech leading 6-2. Braden Cook with back-to-back threes for the Orediggers. Northern on the right wing. Bailey up top. Into Sayers. Sayers' pass goes left. Driving baseline. Nice take. As getting the seal was Reardon. Reardon got body position, got it up and in for 2. Montana Tech leading 6-4. Diggs 4 wide. Michael Ure down in the block. Decons now crosses through the paints. Cook drifts out to the right corner. Hayden Decons moving right. They're calling for a defensive shift. Braden Cook gets it. Keeley Bake now into the high post to Decons. Hayden Decons spins with the left hand off the glass and in. Great touch by Hayden Decons. Decons, the junior, 864 lifetime points for Montana Tech. Fast approaching that 1,000-point club. We had Michael Ure and Afanye both joined that club earlier this year. Spinning in traffic. Maxwell turns and fires. His shot no good. Rebound, Decons. Decons into the offensive zone. Montana Tech leading 8-4. Afanye up top to Big Mike. Michael fire. Michael Ure strokes it. Montana Tech is 3 of 4 from downtown. And back the other way we go. Northern trailing 11-4. Pass intercepted. Ifanye dives for it. Great effort by OKK today. Remember in pregame we were talking about, he has such a wingspan. You know, according to science, and not according to me, your arm wingspan is supposed to be the same height as you are. So, if you're a 6-footer, you're, fingertip to fingertip, you're supposed to be 6 foot. Now, when you get into the, collegiate era and the NBA, they want you to be positive. Big-time three by Reardon. Reardon knocks it down. And they always talk about they want you positive. If you're +2, your wingspan is 2 inches longer than you are tall. Give and go to Decons. Decons up top to OKK. OKK has to be positive in a big way. That's what I was getting to, sorry. Cook inside to Fee. Great pass to Michael Yor, and he'll finish. Great ball movement by Montana Tech. They go up 13-7. 15:20 left to play here in the first half. Tech shooting 83%. They're 5 of 6 from the floor. Top of the arc, 3 ball is up and in for Leon Sayers. Sayers knocks down the 3. Braden Cook down the floor to Yor, now back to Cook. They'll move it around to Decons. OKK comes up to set a screen. Instead, they go to Cook. Now into the high post, OKK. OKK, floater, count it. Ifanye puts it down. 2 points on the night for Fee. That's his first shot. Montana Tech shooting 86%, and they're getting good looks. Near side with it, Bailey. Sayers now across to Reardon. Reardon, a little shake and bake, step back, he's going to fire the 3. Reardon's 3 is no good. OKK with a rebound, Tech the other way. Tech leads by 5. Keely Bake has a lane, he'll drive, and he will be fouled by Reardon. So Reardon gets a body on him. So Reardon picks up his first substitution here for Northern. Sewell will check in. Sewell played well the first time they were here. Real quick. Braden Cook on the inbound up top to Michael Yor. Yor bounce pass on the interior. Baseline take. Braden Cook wraparound is up and in. Braden Cook knocks that one down. He has 8 points. He is the leading scorer on the floor. Montana Tech leads 17-10. Northern up top, moving right. With the ball is Thomas. Thomas hands it off to Sewell. Sewell, Thomas. Little shake, moves it up top, and it's taken away Braden Cook. He puts on the springs, goes up and intercepts it. Montana Tech the other way. Levi Torgerson now to Michael Yor. 3 ball is up, no won't. And the rebound controlled by J.J. Thomas. Back the other way, Diggs by 7. Bailey drives into the lane. Bailey's shot partially tipped. Michael Yor got a piece of it. The other way, Ifanye knocks it home. OKK slams it home. Montana Tech by 9. 19-10 our score. 13-17 left to play here in the first half. It is a short timeout, so we'll go ahead. Actually, nope, they're going to make it a full timeout, it looks like. So with a full timeout, we'll take one, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Montana Tech leading 19-10. We're back to the Hyper right after this. (13-17) left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 19-10. The Orediggers shooting 80% from the floor. They're 8 of 10 as a team, 3 of 5 from downtown. Northern 56% from the floor. And we'll see what we get out of the timeout. Northern 2 turnovers thus far. Montana Tech has none. Really quick pace back and forth. Montana Tech leading the rebounding margin 4-2 here in the opening minutes. Back out, Levi Torgerson, Afanye Okeke, Braden Cook. Also out is Carson Peffer and Michael Ure. Kind of a big unit out here for Montana Tech right now. Across the timeline comes Maxwell. Left to Thomas. Thomas moving here on the near side. Hands it off. Bailey trying to find a lane. Montana Tech man-to-man defensively. Sewell around the arc here on the near side. Few cutters down to the baseline. Now we've got a guy trying to post up on the interior. Northern to the wing. Steps left. Maxwell fires the three. No good. That comes all the way out. Maxwell will get the tip. And Northern will reset offensively. 12:39 left to play here in this first half. Northern finding a lane. To the basket it goes. Nice take that time by Xavier Bailey. Uses his body to get separation. And the Digs lead by 7. Braden Cook across midcourt. Into the high post it goes up against that 2-3 zone. Michael Ure lost it. Northern gets the turnover. And the lights the other way. Maxwell. Montana Tech continuing to work the ball into that high post against the 2-3 zone the lights are giving them. They'll lob it down in the block. Shot is up and out, no good. Tip to the wing. And no one home. Afanye Okeke slapped it out to the edge. And that will be Northern basketball here. Connor Machad will check in. Also, Josh Kulonjis will see his first minutes. Kulonjis, the freshman. Connor Machad, another freshman. Bailey, near side it goes to Sewell. Sewell rolls it down in the block to Thomas. Give and go. They'll move it out. Torgerson tried to jump the pass. Three-point shot comes up well short. Michael Ure fighting for it. Torgerson comes out with it. Torgy down the floor to Peffer. Peffer out to Torgy. Peffer now into the hands. Kulonjis back to Peffer. Montana Tech sets up. Michael Ure in the high post. Pass goes out to Peffer. Good ball fake. Steps into the elbow. Fires. No good. Northern the other way. Here comes Sewell. Sewell down the floor. Montana Tech leading 19-12. 11 minutes left to play here in the first half. Driving with the right hand is Bailey. Bailey attacks, puts it up, rims out. Machad grabs the rebound. Boy, it felt like the pace was at such a high clip there for the first couple minutes. Now it's turning into kind of a little more of a chess game like we thought we might see here. And to the rack, Josh going to be called with the walk. Kulonjis called with the travel. He got the defender off his feet, had everything he wanted, just took an extra step. Substitutions here. Michael Ure, Peffer, and Levi Torgerson will check out. Keely Bake will come in. Deacon's back in. And Rhett Reynolds will see his first minutes here today. Rhett, the sophomore, transfer from the University of Montana. Sewell sends him down the floor. Montana Tech full court man pressure. Keely standing in front of Sewell. Sewell out near midcourt, moving left, passes left as he goes across to McEnroe. McEnroe to Mendez. Sending him in motion is Randall. Randall, 6'11" senior. Sewell across the baseline, passes out to the wing. Shot clock down to 2. And Northern going to get bailed out here. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Montana Tech has got him in deep into the shot clock. The foul going to be charged to, well, it'll look like Kulonjis. No. They said Kulonjis, but Montana Tech will steal the inbound. Oh, Josh is there. I apologize. My goodness, I thought Josh went out. My bad. So Kulonjis picks up his first. Josh will attack. Ball stripped away. Northern will go the other way. Turnover down the floor to McEnroe. McEnroe through the paint. Backs it out. Sewell. Sewell now up top. Midway point here in the first half. The Digs up 19-12. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. To the baseline, Mendez. Handoff will go to Maxwell. Northern continues to work the perimeter. Now we'll start to see a little action drop into the block. Shot clock at 3. Sewell goes baseline, comes all the way up top. Deep 3 is no good. Rebound controlled by Montana Tech. Rhett Reynolds comes down with it. And the Digs will bring into the offensive zone. Hayden Decons with a left-handed floater. Decons with 4 points. 21-12. Both teams' shooting percentages coming back to, well, I mean, Tech still at 69%. They were shooting 89% for a good chunk of the first half. Deep three won't go. Offensive rebound hauled in by McEnroe. He'll turn and get it down. Great athletic play by McEnroe, the junior out of Honolulu. Very similar nature between Honolulu and Havre. Connor Mashad, Decons, Reynolds. They'll set it up. Keeley Bake for three, won't go. Decons tips it. It's going to go out of bounds. The officials will say Northern basketball. So Northern will get it back. Montana Tech leading 21-14. The Digs' biggest lead was 9. Northern got the first basket of the ball game, led 2-0, and that has been their only lead thus far. Montana Tech stays in that man-to-man full court. Sewell into the offensive side to Randall. Randall moving to his right, passes that way. Sewell with the three, and he gets it. Lionel Sewell with the three. The lead is 4. Northern shooting 40% from the three-point line. Montana Tech into the high post, Connor Mashad. He has a lot of daylight there, turns around, spins it here on the near side, Cook. His shot partially tipped, looking for a whistle. Northern will go in transition. Hard dribble, and it's going to be an offensive. Keeley Bake draws the charge as he gets in front of Anthony Mendez, and Mendez called with the offensive. Keeley Bake gets down and stands his ground. And the Digs lead 21-17. Both teams converting at a high percentage right now. Full court man pressure applied by Northern. We've seen it out of both teams here thus far. Montana Tech, Cook to OKK. OKK into the zone, out to Decons. Back up top. They're going to run into the high post. Northern stays in that 2-3 zone. They enter into the high post. Out in the corner, three-point shot, Keeley Bake. Keeley Bake knocks down his first shot of the night. Montana Tech by 7. Montana Tech is 5 of 9 from the three-point line right now. Skylights, Mendez, Sewell. 7:18 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech defensively and man-to-man. McEnroe turns and fires, no good. Decons grabs the rebound with one hand, and the Digs will go the other way in transition. Northern gets back quickly. Keeley Bake to Michael Ure. Good ball fake into the high post. Michael Ure pulls up, strokes it. Michael Ure has 7. This has been a shooting clinic right now between two really good defensive teams. 6:45 left to play here in the first half. Tech leads by 9, matching their biggest lead of the night. Mendez into the paint. OKK all up in his face. It goes into McEnroe. Through the middle, Decons takes it away. Decons reaches in, grabs the steal. Montana Tech in transition. Cook for 3, no good. Defensive, Sewell the other way. Sewell across the timeline. Puts on the brakes, leaves it, and gets it back. Good head fake, gives him a lane. Bounce pass comes out. Thomas controls. Back to McEnroe. McEnroe with the left hand, scoops it up, won't go. Decons grabs another rebound. That's his 3rd. Tech leads by 9, a chance to get into double digits here. Keeley Bake here on the near side. Has a baseline. He's going to attack. Keeley Bake and rims out. And we're going to get a late whistle, as Keeley Bake was tied up with J.J. Thomas. And Keeley will pick up the personal. Montana Tech leads by 9, and we have a timeout on the floor. The Digs up 26-17. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break. We are back here to the HPER right after this. 5:51 left to play in the first half. As you see there, mark your calendar, the Miners Ball, the Digger Auction coming up on April 12th. As we look to raise funds for the Orediggers athletic programs from top to bottom. It'll be you and I and 4,000 of our closest friends packed into this gym. It is going to be a great night, as it always is, and an important night for Montana Tech athletics, as that certainly is the reason we're able to do what we do. So make sure to mark it on your calendar. We'll tell you how you can get tickets and join us here as we continue. Just want to make sure you've got the date. So after the timeout, Northern looking at full court man pressure again. Sewell has Keeley Bake on him. And Keeley will just slow him down as they come into the zone. Sewell looking to go left. Passes here on the near side to Sayers. Sayers gets it off to Smith. Smith down in the corner to Thomas. Thomas wants the baseline. Michael Ure is on him. Thomas lost it off his foot. Turnover will go to the Digs. Turnover number 6 on the night for Northern. Keeley Bake will get a breather. Levi Torgerson will check in. So Torgy will get the inbound. Torgy near side to Cook. Cook down the floor to Ifanye in the corner. Michael Ure, three-point shot. Great rebound. Decons goes back to Ure, across to Torgerson. Torgerson fakes the pass, fires, gets it. Levi Torgerson gets his first points off his first shot. And Tech leads 29-17. 5 minutes left to play here in the first half. Across the timeline, Sewell controls. J.J. Thomas now with it. Northern trying to get something going here. They're still shooting. They're shooting 37% from the floor. That number starting to come down a little bit. They're 7 of 19. Floater, Sewell off the glass and in. That's a nice take. So Sewell knocks it down. Montana Tech by 10. Levi Torgerson hands it off, moves it across to Decons. In the paint, Michael Ure's shot no good. Comes right back to him. Mike's shot again blocked. Northern in transition. Down the floor comes Smith. He'll put on the brakes, leave it for Sewell. Feeds it into the high post, J.J. Thomas. A little bit of a mismatch here. Thomas kicks it out left side. Sayers trying to find an opening. Now to Thomas. Thomas. Pass across. Three-point shot. No good. Rebound tipped. Controlled by Braden Cook. Down the floor to Decons. Decons steps through. The Euro step to the rack. No good. Out of bounds. And that will be Orediggers basketball, it looks like. As Ifanye Okeke came flying through. Montana Tech leads by 10. Their biggest lead has been 12. Frontier Conference action here on a Thursday. Remember, the Digs are home on Saturday as Rocky will be in town. The Battling Bears got the clean sweep over Montana Tech in Billings the first time they played to get the conference season underway. Levi Torgerson inbound, fires the three and gets it. Torgy is 2 of 2 from downtown. Montana Tech up by 13, their biggest lead of the night. Lights moving left, J.J. Thomas. Thomas to Bailey. Bailey in the high post. He'll fire. Hits the iron, falls in. Good looking shot. Full court pressure. Montana Tech able to get through with the pass to Peffer. Peffer drifts all the way down the corner. Wanted the spin move. Well defended. Boulangis, near side, Torgerson. Bounce pass into the high post. Northern still in that 2-3 zone. Backs it out to Torgy. Torgy, good ball fake. In the corner, Boulangis. Boulangis to Okeke. Okeke attacks, comes up short. Good defensive pressure by JJ that time as Thomas got the shoulder into him. 2:50 left to play here in the first half. Northern into the paint. Spinning, pass out to the wing. Three-point shot is up and in. Big-time shot, Leon Sayers. Northern 4 of 10 from downtown. Sayers is 2 of 2. He has 6 points. He is the leading scorer for Northern right now. They trim the lead to 8. Boulangis out to Peffer. Open three, no good. Rebound brought in, and down the other way we go for Northern. Mendez hauled it down. That's rebound number 14 for Northern. Behind the back, Bailey. Bounce pass to Thomas. Thomas has Pfeffer on him. Could be a good battle here. Thomas backing up. Loose double team. Thomas steps through. It goes with the left hand. That's a great take by J.J. Thomas. He is tough. And Torgerson, we're going to get a timeout here with 2:01 left to play in this first half. Montana Tech's lead is 6. 32-26 our score. The Digs up over the lights here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break. We're back here right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Reisig, an orthopedic surgeon here in Butte, Montana with specialty training in foot and ankle. I chose orthopedic surgery because I get to actively help my patients enjoy their lives. The human body in general is just really amazing. The way everything works as a unit, the way the bones, tendons, muscles all work to function and just make people move is something that I've always found incredibly fascinating. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a patient get better because of the work we did together.
Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech after the timeout. The Digs lead by 6. They were up by 13 just a moment ago, and Northern has come crashing back. Northern shooting 46% from the floor. Keeley Bake now to Decons. Decons into the paint, spins it up top to Michael Ure. Wide open. His three ball won't go. And Northern, chance to trim at the lead even more. Down the floor, Lights looking to set it up. Bailey. Bailey spins, throws it to the wing. And we're going to get a push call. Torgerson's going to be called with a push as Mendez drove into the foul line. So the personal foul on Levi Torgerson, team foul number 4 on the Digs. We haven't had all that many whistles, honestly, here. Montana Tech has 14 fouls. The Lights have 3. Inbound to Sayers. He'll hand it off to Maxwell. Maxwell looked at pick and roll. Sayers. Now it's a McEnroe. McEnroe. Little switch dribble. Lost it on the ground. Keeley Bake dove for it. Floater is up and in. Nice shot by McEnroe. I was impressed by McEnroe the last time they were here. He has 4 points so far tonight. They've trimmed the lead to 4. Nice run here by the Lights. Montana Tech looking to get some points on the board. Under a minute left to play here in the first. Tech leading by 4. Keeley Bake. He's going to attack. Puts it up. Delayed, and he is fouled. Boy, he went into a pair of bigs that time. Had to hold on to it to the last second. And Keeley Bake will go to the stripe here for Montana Tech. This is the first free throw for Montana Tech tonight. Keeley Bake, an 80% free throw shooter on the year. I would say, I'm guessing lifetimes, here at Tech anyways, probably low 80%, maybe 82, 83%. Keeley knocks down the first. Keeley Bake, 4 points on the day. And again, that's the first free throw put up by the Digs. Bake will get ready for attempt number 2. 5-point lead for the Digs. Keeley's second is money. So Keeley, pass taken away. Braden Cook gets the steal. Montana Tech in the offensive side. Cook gets it in the corner. 3-point shot, no good. Defensive rebound in traffic by Maxwell. And Northern will push the pace. Maxwell with the dribble, puts it off the glass and in. The lead is 4. Coach Hyatt tells everybody to chill. Game clock and the shot clock basically on top of one another. Keeley Bake slowly into the offensive zone. The Digs went up by 13 at one point. Northern's got on a really nice run here over the last 6 minutes. They've trimmed the lead to 4. Montana Tech, Michael Ure to Keeley Bake. Bake down to Cook. Back to Bake. Bake drives into the paint. Nice bounce pass to Michael Ure. And it's going to go off his knee out of bounds. Northern going to get possession with 3 seconds left here in this first half. Digs leading 34-30. Connor Machad will check in. Gave himself a high five for coming in. They'll lob it to Maxwell at midcourt. Maxwell kicks it out on the right wing. 3-point shot at the horn, no good. Boy, great 10-minute run there by Northern. They've trimmed the lead to 4. Montana Tech with the lead, 34-30 over the lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference action here from the HPER. We are at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come back, give you the numbers after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Back here to the campus of Montana Tech as Prince is in the midst of our Dig City $5,000 attempt. He needs a three-point shot here. Time running away from him. We're down to 4. And his three-point attempt is up and out, no good. He needed that and then the half-court shot. So our Dig City $5,000 attempts is a no-go. And well, after last week, we had to write ourselves a little check. The Digs leading here 34-30 as we are at the half. A really interesting first half, honestly. Montana Tech went up by 13 at one point, and it felt like they had a bunch of momentum, and we're going to push the pedal to the floor and maybe through the floorboard, but Northern had different ideas. Their defense stepped up in a big way. They shut Montana Tech down offensively, and then their offense got rolling. Northern trimmed the lead down to 4. And that's where we stand at the half. The Digs leading 34-30. Northern shooting 48% from the floor. As I mentioned in the pregame, Montana Tech leads the country in shooting percentage. They're holding their opponents to shooting 36%. So Northern way over that right now at 48%. Northern shooting 36% from the three-point line as a team. They have 16 rebounds, which is 3 more than Montana Tech. 3 of those are offensive. They have 4 second-chance points coming off of those rebounds. Now, individually for Northern, their leading scorer is Sayers. As Sayers has 6 points on the day. He's 2 of 2 from downtown. Reardon has 5 points. Sewell has 5 points as well. From there, you're looking at McEnroe, Maxwell, and Bailey, all with 4. Thomas has 2 points. And Mendez is 0 for 4 from the floor. No points for him as of yet. So once again, leading scorer is Sayers. He has 6 points on the day for Northern. On the other side for Montana Tech, they shot 45% from the floor, 40% from the three-point line, and they were 2 of 2 from the free throw line is all. They, let's see here, individually, Braden Cook, 8 points for Braden, and remember, those came all real early. He knocked down the first 2 3-pointers as Cook was rolling. He has 8 points on the day. He's 3 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 5 from downtown. Also for Montana Tech right now, Michael Ure has 7 points. He's 3 of 8 from the floor. Levi Torgerson with 6 points, both of those coming from outside the arc. From there, you have Keely Bake with 5, Hayden Decons with 4, and Afanye Okeke with 4 points on the day for Montana Tech. Decons leading the digs with 4 rebounds as of right now. Montana Tech, 13 total rebounds. They have 3 offensive. They have 6 second chance points coming off of those rebounds. And honestly, that's one of the big margins here. Northern out-rebounding Montana Tech, and that has been a big factor for Montana Tech in their last couple wins. They have rebounded the ball exceptionally well, really crashing the boards, and Northern out-rebounding them right now in the first half, 16-13, the total look there. So that's how we stand at the half. Montana Tech with the lead, 34-30. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break. We'll pay some bills. We'll come back. We'll talk about, well, actually, we'll get the other scores from the men's game and more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Frontier Conference basketball here on Digger Vision. As you see on your screen, make sure to mark your calendar. April 12th is the day as the minor ball, as we'll have the minors ball digger auction coming up, and of course our huge fundraiser for Montana Tech Athletics. We will have a plethora of live and silent auctions, a lot of games, and a lot of ways that you can help out Digger Athletics from top to bottom. It's what makes everything work, man, is that Digger auction, and my goodness, we have fun. We'll be packed into this gym April 12th. We'll talk to you about how you can get tickets, you can reserve a table, and how, if you would like to donate, we'll make sure that you're fully aware of everything coming up as the Miners Ball Digger auction coming up on April 12th. The other games underway, let me see if I can refresh these, if there's any change. I'm not sure what Providence put in their water going to Billings, but whatever it is, we need to find it, because the Providence women won at Rocky, and now the Providence men are all over Rocky at the half. Providence men beating Rocky Mountain College 35-19. And Rocky, a team that historically shoots awfully well on their home floor, and right now Providence all over Rocky 35-19. The other game in the Frontier Conference has Western and Carroll, and right now at the half, Carroll leading Western 38-32. Okay, so once again, Providence all over Rocky 35-19 at the half, and Carroll leading Western in Helena 38-32 in Frontier Conference play. Now, we've got a minute. Let's go ahead and look at this here as we take a look here. These are your standings, your Frontier Conference standings as it looks right now. Montana Tech, number 11 in the country. They're 16-2 overall, 4-1 in conference. Rocky, who's trailing right now, is 15-3 overall, 4-1 in conference. They're 19th in the country. Providence, 9-9, 3-2 in conference. Western is 2-3, Carroll 2-3 in conference, and Northern's 0-5. Okay? So we shall see what happens. Again, this is the second trip through the Frontier Conference. I never know the right verbiage, what to say there. We've played everybody once. We'll play everybody a second time, and then guess what? We'll rinse and repeat and do it again. So the Frontier Conference, of course, we play everybody 3 times in the regular season. Then we'll go to the Frontier Conference tournament, find out who is going to possibly host tournament games as far as the NAIA tournament. We'll see if anybody is going on the road to play into those play-in games, the first and second rounds, and then we'll see if anybody gets to that final site. So certainly looking forward to that as the Frontier Conference quickly sliding to a close. So as the teams come back out here on the floor, again, Montana Tech, remember they have games coming up on Saturday, doubleheader on Saturday, as the women will play at 2. Rocky Mountain College will be here. The men will follow at 4. And we'll have those games for you here on Digger Vision. 34-30 our score. Montana Tech with the lead. With the timeout, we'll take one. We're back after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Reisig, an orthopedic surgeon here in Butte, Montana with specialty training in foot and ankle. I chose orthopedic surgery because I get to actively help my patients enjoy their lives. The human body in general is just really amazing. The way everything works as a unit, the way the bones, tendons, muscles all work to function and just make people move is something that I've always found incredibly fascinating. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a patient get better because of the work we did together.
34-30 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the Lights of MSU-Northern. Frontier Conference action here as we get ready for the second half. So Montana Tech shooting 45% from the floor. Northern at 48% from the floor. Northern, honestly, very efficient offensively. They've gone deep into the shot clock a little bit, but not excessively. Montana Tech's defense has played well, but Northern is getting quality looks. We'll see what changes here in the second half. And, I mean, obviously I'm partial beyond belief, but I think the second half, the adjustments that Coach Hyatt usually makes at half are game changers. I mean, truly one of the best second half coaches I've ever seen. We'll see what they bring to the plate here. Montana Tech leads by 4. Keely Bake will bring it into the offensive side. And we're underway here in the second half. Cook inside to Okeke. Okeke puts it down once, turns, fires, no, whistle and a foul. Boy, they are clogging up the lane. They're in that, Northern still looks like they're in that 2-3 zone. And anytime Montana Tech has tried to attack the glass, they have had two bigs come out and contest. We really haven't seen them shoot a whole lot from that high post area. They've got the entry pass in. They've had some looks, just haven't taken them. KK's first is up and good. OKK, 6 points on the day. Montana Tech has only attempted 3 free throws so far. OKK's second, rims out. Northern the other way. Tech leading by 5. Northern into the offensive side, Bailey. Bailey calls out the offense as they look to get things set up. Bailey passes to his right side to Maxwell. Good pass, Maxwell underneath, and J.J. Thomas will put it up and in. Boy, Northern, again, real efficient on the offensive side. 2-1-2. Or 2-2-1, kind of three-quarter court. Montana Tech the other way. Decons up top. Keely Bake, no good. Northern with a rebound back the other way. Chance to possibly tie it up, maybe take the lead here for Northern. 3 ball is on the way, won't go. Long rebound tipped out, Northern gets it. Northern continues to hustle here. Out on the wing, driving, Reardon. Reardon passes here on the near side. Bailey. Bailey into the paint. Spins out on the edge to Maxwell. Maxwell lost it. Keely Bake comes away with it. Keely Bake down the floor to Decons. Decons with the left hand up through the top of the key. Hands it off to Cook. Back to Decons. Hayden attacks. Left hand, no. Rebound, Northern. Montana Tech looking a little flat offensively here. Northern shot blocked by Decons, and that's going to be Orediggers basketball. What an effort by Hayden Decons. He goes up and corrals that and throws it off the defender. That's a fantastic play by Hayden Decons. Unreal athleticism, digs into the offensive zone. OKK steps through, goes right-handed, rims it in. OKK knocks it down. Diggs by 5. Northern with the ball. Northern still shooting 47%. To mention, Montana Tech leads the nation in defensive shooting percentage. And Northern knocking them down here right now. In traffic, spinning, fighting, shot blocked. OKK. It's going to go out of bounds. Tech basketball. 17:37 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech trying to get things fired up here on the defensive side. OKK will inbound here. Full court pressure. OKK gets it up the middle. Bounce pass to Decons. Decons, baseline to OKK out in the left corner. Fee to Decons. Now it comes out to Bake, to Cook, into the high post. 17:20 left to play in the ball game. Great feed to Keely Bake. Bake gets the fingertips on it, puts it down. And I think Keely Bake's going to get a technical. No, it's going to go on Fee. So Afanye is going to be called with the technical. So Afanye will get the technical, and Maxwell will shoot. So obviously words discussed there. Something said Afanye will pick up the technical. Maxwell's seconds is up and good. Montana Tech leads by 6. Boy, we've seen Tech's offense, kind of the rubber hit the road there for a while. They went up by 13. It felt like they kind of were rolling on all cylinders, and Northern has done an outstanding job. Northern having a tough time getting the play in, and they're forced to call a timeout. 17-15 left to play in the ball game. The Digs up by 6. And Northern will call a short timeout. And good timing as well. Coach Hyatt wants to chat with the official. And it looks like we have a full timeout. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the full timeout, we'll take one. We're back here to the Hyper after this. (39-33) our score. Montana Tech by 6. Northern has made a great push here as we roll into the second half. Let's see if we can grab the other scores here while we have a moment. Carroll leading Western 38-34. That one just getting started in the second half. And Providence over Rocky 35-19. Again, that is just getting underway in the second half. Montana Tech leads here 39-33. Northern into the offensive side. Maxwell. Bounce pass into the high post. Turning there with it. Sayers to Reardon. Reardon. Thomas lobs it underneath the Sayers. Great pass, great finish. Great high-low that time. J.J. Thomas gets it into Sayers. Montana Tech by 4. Healy Bake puts on the brakes. He has a lane, trying to get rid of it, does so out to Cook. Good defensive work. Underneath, Michael Ure. His shot no good, but he's going to go to the foul line. 16:41 left to play here in the ball game. Michael Ure will go to the stripe. And Michael Ure, a 72% free throw shooter. He'll step up and shoot a pair. So his first is up and money. So Michael Ure gets the first. And he'll get ready for attempt number 2. Montana Tech leads by 5, make it 6. Michael Ure with 9 points on the night. He is the leading scorer for Montana Tech. He led the Digs in scoring the last time these two teams met. Nice pass underneath to Sayers. Sayers spins on the baseline. To the wing, now up top to Maxwell. Maxwell turns and fires and gets it. Maxwell has 8 points on the night. Montana Tech leads by 3. Northern, really good energy here to start. OKK gets it in the high post, steps through to Cook, now up top, right side. Decons into Ure. They fake the pass to Decons. Keeley Bake brings the defender up, gets it to Decons, and Decons finishes. Hayden Decons with 6 points. And Keeley Bake going to be called with a foul as Maxwell came across the timeline. Coach Hyatt chatting with the officials. 5-point lead for the Digs. Boy, the intensity on this ball game has ramped up in a big way here as the second half got started. John Reardon out of Indiana. Right wing looking on the interior. Calls for help. Gets it down to the inside to Thomas. Thomas to the baseline. Steps out of bounds. Michael Ure, great defense. Put the body in front of him. And Big Mike forces him out of bounds. Turnover will go to Montana Tech. Keely Bake will bring it through center circle. Bake 7 points on the day. Montana Tech trying to get something going on the offensive side here. Jump stop to Michael Ure. Mike spins. Puts it up, gets it. Boy, nice looking hook that time as Ure puts it down. He has 11. Northern's defense has been really good here tonight. Montana Tech really likes to get to the rim, and Northern really not allowing it right now. That said, Montana Tech, it looks like, has the high post area. And a block call going to go on Keely Bake. So Keely Bake takes the hip check, and that will bring him out. We'll get a guard change. Bake and Cook will go out. Torgerson and Kulonjus will come in. Tech leads by 7. 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Northern will move some bodies around, bring it in on the baseline here. Lob pass comes all the way up top to Thomas. Thomas looking right to Sewell. 4 wide. Thomas kind of moved into the key. Now he backs out. Sayers had dropped in there. Trying to make a move is Bailey. Bailey, fall away jumper, won't go. Decons grabs it, Tech the other way. Tough shot by Bailey. OKK gets it down toward the right corner. Fee puts it down with the left hand, spins to his right. And he is going to be fouled as Xavier Bailey, the senior out of Renton, Washington, will be called with the block. Looks like that'll bring him out of the ball game. And Owen Smith will come in. Well, I'm telling you, physical second half here. I mean, first half was as well, but it really feels like the screws have been turned here. Levi Torgerson into the paint, kicks it down to the corner. Michael Ure. Ure through the lane, puts it up. That one's going to come up. We are going to get a whistle and a foul, and Michael Ure is going to go to the line. So Mike will go to the stripe here for the Digs. Montana Tech leading 45-38. Ure at the line, shooting 2. His first is in. So Michael Ure, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Montana Tech is 6 of 7 from the stripe here tonight. They stretch the lead out to 8. Ure, second is good. 9-point lead for the Digs. Full court pressure, full court man pressure as Levi Torgerson back on Sewell. Sewell through center circle, moving right, passes that way out to Thomas. J.J. Thomas looking for Maxwell on the back door. He gets it to him, reverse up and in. That's a heck of a shot by Maxwell, the sophomore. That is a great-looking shot by that young man. He averages 10 a game, and that is where he stands right now. Great pass to Decons, out to the wing. Levi Torgerson, that one's going to hit iron, no good. Big rebound, Michael Ure. Fresh shot clock, Montana Tech with the basketball. Kulonjus around a screen, floater in the paint, won't fall. And the rebound packed down the other way, Maxwell. Maxwell, incredible speed. He's going to go coast to coast. That one won't go. Tech, 3-on-2 to Fee. Ifanye, whistle and a foul as he goes up hard, and J.J. Thomas comes crashing through him. Big time take by Ifanye, and he will shoot a pair. OKK 7 points on the night. He leads the Digs in assists and minutes played. He's got 23 minutes logged already. Fee's first is up and out. OKK 1 of 3 from the foul line. Montana Tech leads 47-40. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout. 13:33 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech leading 47-40 with a timeout on the floor. We'll take one, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here to the campus of Montana Tech right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Reisig, an orthopedic surgeon here in Butte, Montana with specialty training in foot and ankle. I chose orthopedic surgery because I get to actively help my patients enjoy their lives. The human body in general is just really amazing. The way everything works as a unit, the way the bones, tendons, muscles all work to function and just make people move is something that I've always found incredibly fascinating. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a patient get better because of the work we did together.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Back here once again at the campus of Montana Tech. The Digs up 47-40 as we come out after the timeout. Both teams trying to get something going here, and we're seeing some really fast action up and down the floor and also very physical ball game here as this one continues, which shouldn't be a shock to anyone. So KK will shoot number 2. Sophie will get ready for his second. And he gets it to go. OKK 68% from the foul line on the year. Montana Tech will stay with full court man pressure as Maxwell will bring it across the timeline. Maxwell, Tech by 8. Pick and roll. That one goes to Sayers. Sayers drives, fouled. Decons and Ewer were there. And it's going to be a hold call. And Hayden's going to get his third. Nope, actually it's Mike. My apologies. So Michael Ewer will pick up the personal foul. Sayers gets it to Maxwell. Northern hasn't subbed a whole lot here in the second half. We'll see how that changes as we continue. Right side with it, controlling is Smith. Smith, bounce pass up top to Sayers. Sayers, he's going to fire from way downtown, forced to because of the shot clock. So a shot clock violation will go to the Digs. Montana Tech will get it back here. Peffer will check in. Decons will go to the baseline. And Ifeanyi Okeke will get a breather. So Hayden Decons with the inbound here for the Digs. Boulangis, left side. Torgi across midcourt. Torgi feeds it up top with the right hand, spinning. Trying to find somewhere to go is Decons. He gets away with it. Out to Boulangis. Boulangis to Michael Ewer. Ewer, double team coming, steps through, off the glass and in. Michael Ewer, a great take by Mike. And he puts up his 4th field goal of the night. He has 13 points. Northern see well. Ball stripped away by Michael Ewer. Ewer's going to go up and right-handed. He'll roll it in. Tech goes up by a dozen. Back-to-back field goals by Michael Ewer. And a whistle and a timeout. Montana Tech leading 52-40. The Digs up over the lights. Frontier Conference action here on a Thursday. With a timeout, we'll take one. We're back here after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Frontier Conference action here on a Thursday. Thanks for joining us as we are here on Digger Vision. Montana Tech quickly runs their lead out to 12, 52-40 the score. And speaking of score, let's go see if we can track down the other scores. Other men's basketball scores: Providence up over Rocky and Billings 45-30. And the other game in Helena, Carroll leading Western 49-43. Both those have about 13 minutes left. Okay. Montana Tech leading here 52-40. Lights will inbound. Maxwell will bring it into Sewell in the backcourt. Sewell steps back and picks it up. Across the timeline we go. Bounce pass here on the near side. It goes to J.J. Thomas. 4 wide for the Lights. Sewell has Torgerson on him defensively. Sewell trying to find somewhere to go. Shot clock down to 6. Little shake and bake by McEnroe. McEnroe turns. Follow-away jumper is up and out. No good. Michael Ure pulls in the rebound. That is rebound number 4 on the day for Mike. And the Digs a chance to stretch their lead out. 52-40. Digs up over the Lights. Levi Torgerson, pressure coming. And that one will go out of bounds, and it will be Orediggers basketball. Maxwell with quick hands. Maxwell incredibly fast. A sophomore out of University Place, Washington. Torgerson up toward the top. Passes left. Kulanjis back to Torgi. Deep 3 is on the way. Back of the iron, no good. Ball almost ripped away, and here comes Maxwell. Left side, they'll feed it underneath to McEnroe. McEnroe double teamed to Sewell for 3. It's up and out. Tipped away. Northern wrestles it out. Backing it up, J.J. Thomas fights and is fouled. So Michael Ure will pick up his second personal foul. Reynolds will come in. Okeke will check in. As Ure and Decons will get a breather. 11:04 left to play here in the ball game. Tech leads by 12. The inbound to Thomas. Thomas backs it out to Maxwell. Looked at pick and roll. Hand off to McEnroe. McEnroe right to the rack. Great first step by McEnroe. And they cut the lead to 10. Montana Tech up 52-42. Across the timeline, Kulanjis. He has it on the far left wing. Into the high post they go to Okeke. Peffer cut. The pass went behind him, and the turnover will go to the Lights. 10:35 left to play, and Montana Tech will call a timeout. Coach Hyatt wants to chat it over here for a moment. Diggs leading 52-42. Frontier Conference action as we make our way through a Thursday. It's not Saturday yet. Saturday, we do have hoop coming your way as well. Rocky Mountain College will be here. The women will play at 2. The men will follow at 4. And we'll have those games for you here on Digger Vision. So as you see there, we have our Miners Ball, the Digger Auction coming your way on April 12th. We'll tell you how to get your tickets, how to get your table, and how you can be a part of that event. Of course, our annual fundraiser for Digger Athletics. For every aspect of Digger Athletics, from cross country and golf to track to men's and women's basketball, volleyball, football, and more. It is what makes the engine run, and certainly everybody in this gym is what makes that happen. So make sure to join us for that April 12th. And again, we'll make sure to give you an idea how you can get tickets and tables and be part of that this year. Lights down by 10. Maxwell on the offensive side. Nearing the midway point here of this second half. Northern's done a good job controlling tempo here, especially in the offensive side. 3 ball is up and in. Big time shot by Reardon. Northern shooting 46% for the game. And boy, that has not been below that mark, I don't think, yet tonight. Really doing a good job taking quality shots. Kulangis attacks. That one rims out. Defensive rebound by Northern. Northern with 4 more rebounds than Montana Tech so far in this ball game. Maxwell drives, gets that lead arm up. And they're going to hit Torgey with the block. Boy, that really felt like one. And it's such a hard call anyway. Torgerson picks up the block call. And Montana Tech will trade out their guards. Northern with it up top, Maxwell. Maxwell moves it across to McEnroe. McEnroe to the right wing. 9:30 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech leading 52-45. Northern will pick and roll to Thomas. Thomas in traffic, takes it to the rack and gets it. Thomas has 6 points, and the Diggs lead is 5. Northern on a 7-0 run here. Fournier through the lane, puts on the brakes, wrap around to Cook. Cook out to the wing. Now it comes here on the near side. Keeley Bake steps, Keeley to Cook. Cook in the paint, pull-up jumper is good. Braden Cook. Boy, it does not feel like we've seen him pull the trigger in a while, and Montana Tech stretches their lead out to 7. Northern's doing a tremendous job defensively. You know, Montana Tech normally just a well-oiled machine in the offensive zone, and they are having trouble getting shots. Errant pass will be a turnover to the Diggs. That is turnover number 12 on the day for the Lights. That number a little high for them as well. You can normally count on that with Coach Hughes, that turnover number is going to be low. Fournier Okeke into the paint. Stops, picks up the dribble. He has an open lane. He'll just put up a floater and get it. Okeke has 10. Sophie rolls it in. And here come the Lights the other way. Maxwell across the timeline. J.J. Thomas. See, Northern really doing a good job in the offensive side. Just kind of controlling tempo. That one's going to be taken away. Down the field, they get it to Fee, and Fee will slam it home. What a pass down the floor by Peffer. Peffer launches that sucker down the floor, and Fee hammers it home. Montana Tech by 11. 58-47 our score. The Diggs up over the Lights. With a timeout, we'll take one. We are back here after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I'd like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Hey, thanks for joining us here on this Thursday evening. Montana Tech leading the Lights 58-47. Montana Tech leading MSU-Northern. Let's see if we can get score updates here. Carroll leading Western 58-53 at about the midway point of the second half. And Providence, their lead starting to get cut down a little bit. Providence leading Rocky 48-40. That one approaching the midway point of the second half as well. So Providence was up big. And now Rocky's starting to find their footing a little bit. So we'll see where that continues. Actually, we'll pull up the standings again here in just a little bit. We'll talk about that in a moment. Northern looking at full court pressure, full court man pressure here. As Keeley Bake back on Sewell. Sewell will bring it across the timeline, moving to his left, passes that way. Northern stretches it out here to the wing. 3 wide, high-low post. They're going to run pick and roll, well defended. McEnroe in the paint, fall-away jumper is up and out. Fee goes big for the rebound. Fournier hauls it in, and we're back the other way. That is a rebound Number 4 for OKK into Michael Yor, and Yor converts. Michael Yor, 19 points. Again, he had 20 the last time these two teams played. And then, of course, remember he had 35 when he went 8 of 9 from the three-point line when these two teams played a year ago. Northern 4 wide, and the high post is Thomas. He comes up to get it. Thomas sends him in motion. 7 minutes left to play. Montana Tech starting to get a little swagger back here. Thomas fires from 12. That one's going to go long. Tipped out. OKK with it. Fee's going to push the pace. Fee all the way down to the baseline in the corner. Picks up his dribble. Pass is tipped and taken away Northern. 3-point shot is on the way. No good. Long rebound. Fee running the floor again. He'll spin out and await his offense. Michael Yor to Keeley Bake. 6:30 left to play. Tech leading by 13, matching their biggest lead of the day. Cook from the elbow knocks it down. Braden Cook has a dozen. He's 5 of 8 from the floor. And Tech goes up by 15. Northern down the floor slowly is Bailey. Montana Tech's intensity really getting ramped up here as this one continues. Connor Machado will check in. 6:03 left to play in the ball game. Tech by 15. When we get a break in the action, we'll pull up the standings again and give an eyeball. We'll do a reminder on the score here. That one will get thrown into the backcourt. J.J. Thomas, the senior out of Florida. Hands it off to Bailey. Bailey into the zone. Northern 0-5 in Frontier Conference play. Montana Tech 4-1. See you well. Bounce pass taken away. Connor Machado comes out of the pile with it. Keeley Bake across the timeline. Keeley up top to Machado. Near side, Cook. Cook tries to get an opening, and that one's going to be thrown away. He tried to get it across to Keeley Bake. And that will go back to Northern. So Northern will get the turnover. That's only turnover number 6 for Montana Tech. And that is going to get him out. So Cook will check out, and that will bring Kulonjis in. Inbound pass to Maxwell. 5:35 left to play here in the ball game. Tech up 62-47. Maxwell right at the top of the horn. Trying to find a little bit of space. Spins to his right. Moves it up top. Jump shot just inside the arc is up and in for Bailey. Bailey with 6 points on the day. Montana Tech leads by 13. Almost intercepted. Down the floor, Peffer. Peffer, bounce pass out to Keeley Bake. Bake drives into the high post. He has an opening. He'll fire and he gets it. Keeley Bake. 9 points for Keeley. 15-point lead for the Digs. Northern slowly into the offensive side. 4:50 left to play. Maxwell fires it out to the right side. Sayers now to the baseline. Thomas is there. Again, Northern hasn't substituted much here in this second half. Jump shot from the arc, or from the free throw line, no good. That one's poke checked out of bounds, and Montana Tech will have it here as Mendez got a piece of it. Connor Machado will throw it in. Now Northern will get a substitution in here. Coach Hughes. McEnroe will come in. J.J. Thomas will go out. I really like Thomas as a player. Strong, physical. He's real athletic. Tech the other way. Keeley Bake across midcourt. Bake. Switch dribble. Throws it up top to Yor. Michael Yor. Into the paint. Spins. Kicks it out to the wing. Keeley. Now on the inside it goes to Connor Machado. Machado fights his way to the rack and he gets it. Connor Machado gets his first field goal on his first shot here today. That's a great take by the young man. Northern spreads the corners. Bailey lost it for a moment. Bailey spins, comes all the way up top. Mendez. Mendez fights his way towards the rack. It won't go. Tips. Picked up, and that one is knocked out. Connor Machado with a rebound. McEnroe had a good look down the other way. Coulanges gets the finger roll up and in. Great pass as Coulanges got behind everybody. And the Digs go up by 19. We've talked about that a lot. When you're not paying attention there, it feels like for just a few seconds and all of a sudden, Tech's up by 19. Three-point shot on the way, no good. Long rebound controlled by Ure. Digs the other way. Coulanges is fouled by Bailey. And that's honestly a pretty good foul. Tech was moving hard in transition. And that would have been an easy 2 to the rack. Both teams have 6 fouls. So the next will put either at the line. Connor Machad will inbound here for the Digs. Montana Tech shooting 55% here. They're shooting 70% from the floor here in the second half. Coulanges to Machad. Near side, Peffer. Peffer spins back, wants the baseline, well defended. We're going to get a whistle and a foul here on the edge, and Peffer's going to go to the stripe. So the personal foul is charged to Barnwell, a redshirt sophomore out of CMR, up to Great Falls. And Peffer at the stripe. Peffer, an 85% free throw shooter. Front half of the bonus is money. Peffer, the sophomore. Again, 85% from the stripe. You can see him getting more and more comfortable with every game he's out on the floor for the Digs. Peffer's second is good. A 21-point lead for Montana Tech. This thing was down to a 3-point lead at one point. And then Tech has accelerated and just blew the doors off here. Northern into the offensive side, Sewell. Right wing to Barnwell. Barnwell up top to McEnroe. McEnroe, all the lanes were shut down. Maxwell here on the near side. Northern looked at pick and roll again, well defended. McEnroe spins. Coulanges got a hand of the ball, and they're going to say he got a hand on more than that. As Coulanges picks up the personal foul, as McEnroe will go to the stripe, shooting the 1-and-1. 2:42 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech leading 70-49. At the line is McEnroe. McEnroe. Front half of the bonus, no good. Connor Machad grabs the rebound. The Digs will go the other way. Montana Tech across the timeline into the zone. Alley-oop, it's slammed home. Great pass, tremendous finish as Reynolds hammers it home. Great feed by Torgerson. The alley-oop puts Montana Tech up by 23. Near side, Sewell, cross to Maxwell. Good pass down underneath on the block. Kicked out to the wing. Barnwell now to McEnroe. He'll pop. No good. Big rebound, Maxwell. His shot won't go, but he will go to the line and shoot a pair here for the Lights. 72-49 our score. Maxwell will go to the line. Maxwell, 64% from the foul line. His first is up and good. Feels like Maxwell's been on the floor a lot. He's got 30 minutes of game time right now, and he leads Northern in playing time. Maxwell, 11 points. He's 4 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. And his second here is up and good. 72-51, the Digs up over the Lights. Montana Tech will inbound. Connor Machad to Levi Torgerson. Torgy brings it across the timeline. 2 minutes left to play here in the ball game. Left side, Reynolds to Coulanges. Coulanges spins baseline. Lost his defender. He'll put it up reverse and get it. Oh, they waved the shot. As the defender fell, Owen Smith looks like is going to be called with a foul. 1:50 left to play. While Josh is at the stripe, let's get you updated on scores here. Front half of the bonus is good. Providence leading Rocky 59-51 with about 6 minutes left. So that lead continuing to shrink, but Providence leading by 8, and Carroll's up over Western 66-60 with about 6 minutes left. So Coulon just goes 2 of 2 from the foul line. He's a 70% free throw shooter. Sewell across the timeline. $1:45 left to play here in the ball game. Tech up by 23. Far right wing, down to the bottom corner it goes. Taylor Franklin. Franklin behind the back. Almost lost it for a moment. He's battling with Connor Machad. Franklin gets it to Sewell, and Sewell will convert. 1:20 left to play here in the ball game. Montana Tech leading by 21. Torgy in the corner, it goes to Machad. Machad's going to fire. That one won't go. Rhett Reynolds grabbed it initially. Machad saves it. Great pass underneath. Lane Love can't get it to go. And here comes Northern in transition. Down it goes to Franklin. Franklin to the wing. Three-point shot won't go. Rebound hauled in by Montana Tech. Levi Torgerson as we go under a minute. Tech leading by 21. Torgy around a screen. Ball stripped away as Sewell gets the steal. Down the floor he goes. The jam won't go for Franklin. And Montana Tech into the offensive zone. Coulon underneath to Reynolds, and Reynolds puts it down. 76-53, Montana Tech with the lead. The Digs will call a quick timeout to get some fresh bodies in here real quickly. As Noah Dowler will check in, as does Bridger Vogel. And Northern will bring her down. Owen Smith across midcourt. Smith into the offensive side, dribbles to his left. 22 seconds remaining. Deep three is on the way, no good. Rebound Lane Love. Love brings it down. He'll move it across to Coulon. They'll get it into the zone, and that is going to do it. So Montana Tech will put on the brakes. The Digs will go to 17-2 overall, 5-1 in Frontier Conference play. Northern will fall to 6-13 overall, 0-6 in Frontier Conference play as the Digs get win number 2 over the Lights so far here in this Frontier Conference season. Real quickly, let me see if I can get a score update for you here. If my scores will update. Carroll leading Western by 10 with 4 minutes left to play. And Providence leading Rocky by 8 in Billings with about 5 minutes left to play. So that's kind of how things look there. Let me pull this up here real quickly to give you an idea where we stand here. So Montana Tech is still in first place. The question's going to be is if they have if they're still tied with Rocky Mountain College, is Rocky trailing by 8 at home right now. So there is a chance Montana Tech could take over sole possession of first place if Rocky is to fall to the University of Providence here this evening. Okay. From there, let's take a look here at numbers. Northern shoots 40% as a team from the floor, 29% from the three-point line. They pulled down 27 rebounds, which is 4 less than Montana Tech in the contest. Individually, Maxwell leads the Lights in scoring. He gets a dozen. He's 4 of 7 from the floor, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Sayers and Reardon each get 8 points. Thomas, Bailey, and McEnroe each get 6. And Sewell with 7 points on the night for Northern as, again, they fall here to Montana Tech, 76-53. On the other side for Montana Tech, they shoot 55% as a team from the floor, 32% from the three-point line, and 86% from the free throw line here this evening. They get 31 total rebounds. They're led by Hayden Decons and Michael Ewer, who each get 5 rebounds in this contest this evening. Individual scoring-wise, Michael Ewer gets 19 as the Digs put 3 guys into double digits. Ewer gets 19. Braden Cook gets a dozen. Ifeanyi Okeke gets a dozen. Keely Bake with 9. Decons with 6. Torgy gets 6 points on the night. You're looking at Coulonges and Reynolds each with 4. Connor Machad and Carson Peffer each get 2 as the Digs pull off a big win and will get ready for Saturday. So Montana Tech is in first place. We'll see if they're tied for first place by the time we get to Saturday or if they're in first place by themselves as Providence is up over Rocky in Billings as we speak. So again, speaking of Rocky, remember, they'll be here on Saturday. We have a doubleheader coming your way on Saturday as Montana Tech is hosting Rocky. Women will play at 2. The men will play at 4, and we'll have them for you here on Digger Vision. Once again, tonight, Montana Tech gets the clean sweep over Rocky Mountain College, and we'll see you on Saturday. Till then, take care.